We often grow up believing that love is something magical that just happens to us, that spark, that rush, the butterflies. But the truth is, those feelings are just the beginning, not the foundation. Real love doesn't rely on moods or perfect circumstances. It's not something that fades away when things get hard or boring. It's a decision, a deeply rooted commitment that says, I'm here no matter what. Real love wakes up every day and chooses the other person even when it's difficult, even when emotions aren't high, and even when it would be easier to walk away. It stays when attraction isn't enough. It chooses patience over pride, understanding over anger. Feelings come and go, but choices define the strength of love. When you choose someone over and over, through every high and low, that's when love becomes real. It means choosing to forgive after an argument, choosing to support them when they're struggling, choosing to be kind even when you're frustrated. It's not about what you're feeling in the moment, it's about the long-term vow to show up for them again and again in small, everyday ways. It's the type of love that doesn't demand perfection, but commits to the journey and stays consistent through the process of becoming better together. Real love begins where idealized expectations end. It doesn't require perfection, it embraces humanity. When we love someone only for their good qualities, that's admiration. But real love goes deeper than admiration. It lives in the reality of imperfection. It sees the cracks, the scars, the broken pieces, and still chooses to stay. Every person carries emotional baggage, insecurities, and habits that aren't always easy to deal with. Real love doesn't try to fix the other person as if they are a project. Instead, it supports their growth without judgment. It says, I see your flaws, and I still see your worth. It doesn't run from vulnerability or weakness, it leans into it. Loving someone means accepting that they will make mistakes. They will have bad days. They may not always meet your expectations, but instead of holding those shortcomings against them, real love shows grace. It understands that we are all growing, evolving, and learning. It offers space to fail, space to be human, and space to heal. Acceptance doesn't mean enabling toxic behavior. It means recognizing the difference between flaws that need patience and boundaries that need protection. Real love understands that everyone has a story, and not every chapter is pretty. But love keeps reading, keeps turning the page, keeps believing in who the person is becoming. It's easy to love someone when they're doing well, saying the right things, and making you feel good. But the test of real love is how you respond when they're not. In a world where love is often measured by grand gestures, expensive gifts, and public displays, we sometimes forget that the most meaningful expression of love isn't material, it's emotional presence. Real love is not found in how much money you spend, but in how much of yourself you give. It's the quiet, consistent act of showing up, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Presence means being truly there, not distracted, not half-hearted, not going through the motions. It's when you put the phone down, look someone in the eyes, and listen, not just to respond, but to understand. It's the choice to share time, space, and energy with someone even when you're tired, busy, or overwhelmed. It's sitting in silence together and still feeling connected. It's holding space for someone when they're crying, anxious, or afraid, without trying to fix them, just being a safe place. Material gifts can be beautiful, but they can't replace the kind of presence that says, I care enough to make time for you. I'm not here out of obligation. I'm here because you matter. 100 roses can't speak as loudly as 1 hour of undivided attention. A diamond ring can't heal a lonely heart, but presence can. When you're present, you're saying, I'm not just giving you a piece of my schedule, I'm giving you a piece of my soul. Presence is about making someone feel seen, heard, and valued in a way that money never could. It's about quality moments over quantity of things, because at the end of the day, people don't remember what you bought them. They remember how you made them feel. Real love isn't proven in the calm, it's tested in the chaos. Anyone can love when everything is going right, when life is smooth, the mood is light, and everything feels easy. But what happens when the arguments come, when misunderstandings arise, when life throws its inevitable storms at your relationship? That's where real love either fades or shines brighter. True love doesn't run at the first sign of trouble. It doesn't crumble when emotions are high or when the unexpected happens. Instead, it plants its feet, digs deep, and chooses to weather the storm. It stands firm when things get uncomfortable. When you're both hurting, both misunderstood, both exhausted, real love says, "Let's figure this out together." It becomes a source of strength, not added pain. Storms in life are unavoidable stress, loss, fear, failure, health issues, financial struggles. They come in all forms. And when they do, real love doesn't act selfishly. It doesn't look for an escape route. It supports, it listens, it learns, it adapts. It understands that the difficult seasons are not signs to abandon the relationship, but opportunities to grow closer, to deepen trust, and to reinforce the foundation. Endurance in love means staying through the confusion, being patient during the healing, and holding on when everything around you says let go. It means being willing to say, "I'm not leaving just because this is hard. I'm staying because you're worth it and we're worth it." It means recognizing that love isn't proven by how you act when it's easy, but how you respond when it's nearly impossible. Real love doesn't live in sweet words or empty promises, it breathes in action. You can say "I love you" 100 times, but if your behavior doesn't reflect it, those words are just noise. Love is a verb. It shows up in what you do far more than in what you say. It's in the effort, the consistency, the follow-through. It's not about grand gestures once in a while, but small, quiet acts of care done over and over again. Love means showing up when it's inconvenient. It's remembering the little things that matter to someone, not because you have to, but because you want to. It's making the call when they're anxious. It's holding their hand when they feel alone. It's sending a message just to say, "I'm thinking of you." It's staying awake when they need to talk. It's doing the dishes when they're exhausted. These aren't huge moments, but they build a foundation of trust and emotional safety. People don't fall in love with what you say. They fall in love with how you treat them. They remember how you made them feel, especially when they were at their lowest. Real love pays attention. It notices the hurt behind a smile. It picks up on the silence behind the noise. And it acts not just with words of sympathy, but with real, tangible support. Action means putting love into motion. It means showing up day after day, not just when it's convenient or exciting. It's the way you prioritize them, the way you invest in their well-being, the way you protect their heart without even being asked. It means doing the work even when no one is watching, not for recognition, but because they matter to you. Real love is not fragile. It doesn't shatter at the first sign of discomfort, nor does it walk away the moment things get complicated. In a world where giving up is often easier than working through things, real love stands out because it stays. It doesn't look for the exit when emotions run high, when mistakes are made, or when the journey gets rocky. Instead, it leans in, digs deeper, and fights not against each other, but for each other. To not give up easily means understanding that love isn't always convenient or easy. People come with layers, histories, trauma, and habits. Real love recognizes that and still chooses to stay, to listen, and to grow through the uncomfortable moments. It says, "I may not understand everything right now, but I care enough to try." It chooses conversation over silence, understanding over pride, repair over resentment. This kind of love doesn't hold grudges. It doesn't tally mistakes. It gives space to be human, to mess up, to apologize, to improve. It forgives, not blindly, but because it values the relationship more than the ego. It puts effort into resolution rather than walking away in frustration. And when one person is weak, the other becomes strong. They carry each other through moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Real love is not passive. It's not something you sit back and watch fall apart. It's active, it's intentional, it's resilient. It understands that emotional connection is something you fight for not just once, but over and over. It's the voice that says, "We've come too far to let this go now," and means it, because when love is real, giving up isn't an option, it's a last resort. And even then, it only comes after trying everything, not after trying nothing. Real love isn't just about comfort, it's about growth. It doesn't leave you the same, it changes you from the inside out. When you are truly loved, you don't just feel safe, you feel seen, empowered, and inspired to become your best self. Real love becomes a mirror, reflecting back to you your worth, your potential, and your beauty, even on the days when you can't see it yourself. True love has a healing power. It speaks gently to the broken places inside you, not judging your past, but embracing your present. It doesn't pressure you to hide your wounds, it helps you tend to them. It doesn't rush your healing, it walks beside you at your pace. When someone truly loves you, they don't try to control your journey. They encourage it. They support your dreams, your passions, your evolution, even when it takes you to unfamiliar places. Uplifting love makes you better not by force, but by inspiration. It doesn't compete with you, it celebrates you. It claps for your wins, stands with you through your losses, and reminds you of who you are when you forget. This kind of love builds you up without tearing you down. It protects your confidence, nurtures your spirit, and fills your life with light even in the darkest seasons. Real love transforms you because it's rooted in truth and acceptance. It holds a space where you can grow, fail, rise, and still be cherished. It allows you to become more patient, more kind, more forgiving, more whole. It pushes you gently to rise higher, not because you have to, but because being loved like that makes you want to. It calls out the strength in you, helps you discover your voice, and gives you the courage to chase things you never thought possible. So, what is real love? It's not found in perfection, but in presence. Not in words, but in actions. Not in the easy moments, but in the hard ones. Real love is rare, not because it doesn't exist, but because it requires effort, honesty, vulnerability, and unwavering commitment. And if you're blessed enough to find it, protect it, nurture it, fight for it, because in a world full of temporary feelings and short-term connections, real love is the most powerful, most healing, and most life-changing force you will ever experience. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it.